Welcome to all. Today, three questions I am solving. Exercise question 141, 142 and 143. See, all are simple questions. Everywhere I will tell you only. See, here, rectangle and semicircle, one circle cut out. So later, 1, 2, cutout is 3. Now, how cutout? See, diameter is 90. I written here, dia 90. This is 150. Now, where is the position of circle? Not given. Understood. See here, means this distance and this distance are equal. See, this is 200 means 100, 100. Even this way also, 150 means exactly center. That is 75, 75. Understood. If it is not center, they should specify it. See, suppose it is not cut exactly center, somewhere else. We have done the question earlier. That type of question we have done earlier. Now symmetrical. See, I told exercise questions I am going to solve. Easy questions, but you have to work out. Here, see, directly. This question, there is no need of locating xx by calculation. Directly, see, your x-axis axis will be here. No calculation required. Right here, due to symmetry. These all you have to write somewhere here. But yy you have to locate. So, yy you have to locate means x bar required. 1, 2, 3. See, this is common. Centroid for rectangle and also centroid for that cutout circle. See, I rounded red color here. x1, x2 and x3, you get x bar. How much? 139.131. 139.131 means here 75 plus 100. Total 175. So before that one, again one more important. Will it come before this? See, it is some after here 139 means it will not come up to here because there is 175. But one more doubt comes. Will it cut the circle or come outside circle? How to check it? How to check it means, see, this is 75 plus 100, 175. From 175, you subtract radius of circle, 45. Minus 45 comes to 175 minus 45 is 130. It came 130. So from here to here is 130. This is 139. Oh yes, therefore it will cut somewhere here. See, this is important. Yy. Suppose your x bar comes to 129 or less than 130, yy will come here then. Okay. This is how much from here? I am doing Abelco. From here to here is 139.131. From that side, if you calculate, total is 275. You will get 135 only, but 0.869 will come. Remember, exercise question, this much also I need not tell. This also I need not tell. Okay, now, moment of inertia. Start. Ixx. See. I about xx. I about xx for 1. I about xx for 2. I about xx for 3. See. To save the time, I write here. For 1, for 2, these all systematically you have to solve. 3. Start. Later remember, 3 I will round off. Means, lastly, final Ixx equal to Ixx power 1 plus Ixx power 2 minus Ixx power 3. Same for Iyy. Start. Xx. First, its own axis. Pi by 128. No one should ask, sir, why pi by 128? Into diameter. See, first of all, I need not write all this one plus. But I am writing so that if you make any mistake, you can check it. Pi by 8 of 150 square is the area into from centroid here to yy. Sorry, about which one you are doing? You are doing about xx, okay. Into 0 square. Okay, why? Because centroid lies in xx. Iyy for ixx for 2. 200 into 150 cube by 12. 200 into 150 cube divided by 12 is for second one plus 200 into 150 is the area. This also into 0 square. Lastly, circle. Pi by 64 of 90 power 4, pi d power 4 by 64, pi d power 4 by 64 plus pi by 4 of 90 square, that also into 0 square. Why 0? Sorry, I cannot explain all these things now. If this is not clear, that means you have not studied anything so far. Blindly you are opening the, what do you call it, what you call, people call video. You are treating that as a video, not as a class. Okay, Ixx over, now Iyy. Again, Iyy for 1, Iyy for 2, shortcut I am writing, Iyy for 3. Lastly, 1 and 2 you add, but 3 you subtract. That much common sense required. Start, Yy. I about its own axis, 0.00686. Someone will tell, see, just now you put pi by 128, 0.00686, that's all, into 150 power 4 plus area. Pi by 8 of 160 square is the area into 150. Okay, 150. This is misprint. 150 square into, from centroid to Yy, this distance square is 130. See, from centroid to here is 139.131. 131 minus 75 will give you this distance. Minus 75 plus this distance is 2 into diameter 150 divided by 3 pi. 3 pi, that is squared. This is pi actually. Okay, I'll put neatly pi divided by 3 pi. Okay, whole square. Iyy for rectangle. First about its own axis. 150 into 200 cube by 12. Cube by 12 Ig plus area. 150 into 200 is the area into centroid to here. This distance square is 135.869 minus, from here to center is 100. 100 you can see there. Since you can see 100, you can write 100 or 200 by 2 whole square. Lastly, Iyy for circle. First about its own axis. Pi by 64 of diameter 90 power 4 Ig plus pi by 4 of 90 square is the area into this same as last time, same distance, 135.869 minus 100 whole square. What I told is over sufficient for an exercise question. Okay, this question clear. Now 2 simple questions. I will prepare means write the sketch and explain. Now start next question. See here, question number 142. Actually very easy. See how is the arrangement. See this shape given. You write the sketch first. Then you write a note here. Put one line here. Okay, then this full triangle 125 by 120, we will take 1. See, 120, 120. That is here 125 by 120. 1 means not this much. Full is 1. Okay, then from that one, this is cut out. How much? 125 by, this is 50. But we want this distance. When this is 120 given here, see, this is 120, this is 50, this will become 70. So 125 and this 70 is cut out. That is your 2. Okay, then this both are isosceles triangles. So direct remember this distance and this distance both are 62.5. 62.5. Y bar you have to calculate. And remember, For this triangle, centroid is at what distance? See, centroid is at 1 by 3 of 120. For this triangle, centroid is at 1 by 3 of 70. So, YY axis directly mark without doing any calculation. See, directly YY. Okay. XX axis, see now. See, G1 is centroid for the full triangle. It is 1/3 of 120. 1/3 of 120 is 40. So, see, this G1 is, see that what I have done is, see, this 120 I divide into 3 parts. 40, 80, 120. See, that 1/3 120 I marked here. Then this 70 also I divide into 3 parts. See, 1/3 of 70 here. This overlapping should be careful. Okay, start now. Calculate Y bar. This time table not required, excuse me. This time table not required, sorry. Start. Y bar from AB, base. A1 Y1 minus A2 Y2 divide by total area, that is A1 minus A2. Start. A1, full area, half into 125 into 120 into 1/3 of what? 120. Okay. Minus half into 125 into 70 into 1/3 of 70 divided by A1 minus A2, 63.333 means here. From here to here is G1, you know it. 1/3 of 120 is 40. 63 came. But up to here is 70 is there. So this one, I will do one thing now. I will shift it here. You go there. 1. Therefore, your XX will come little less than 70. See here. This is your XX axis. XX axis from here to here is 63 point, I'll put this side, space problem, 63.333. Then from the topmost here up to here will be, I noted down, where is it? I noted down and forgot it. Okay, no problem. 63.333 minus 120 is 56.667. This is 56.667 is the location. Okay, now everything is over. Go for moment of inertia. Be little careful. And this all I remove now. See, both are isosceles triangles. So start fast, I will do it now. I about XX. First, I about XX for 1. Equal to I about, see, G1, its own center on the axis. 125 into 120 cube. Remember, when you do this way, it is divided by 36. 36 plus half into 125 into 120 is the area into centroid G1 to XX. This distance square is 63.333. These are all concept questions. Minus this distance is 1/3 of 120. 1/3 of 120 whole square. Okay, over. IXX for 2. IXX for 2. Be careful, it is a remote cutout part. First, I about its own center on the axis. Base is 125. 125 into only this height for 2 is 70. Into say these questions all will give you more grip. 36 plus half into 125 into 70 is the area into centroid G2 to XX. This distance square is 63.333 minus 1/3 of 70 whole square. Right, final IXX equal to IXX for 1 minus IXX for 2. Okay. Now, I about YY. See, all this fast I am doing because these are exercise questions. Okay, start. No patience to search further. Eraser. I about YY axis. First, see, this is isosceles triangle. Both are isosceles. I about YY for 1. This is 120 into 125 cube divided by 48. Why means sorry. 100% not explaining. Why 48? There will be people who will ask, who never came to any class earlier. They know only one thing. Rectangle BD cube by 12, triangle BH cube by 36. This person is writing 48. How dare he write? I will ask, how dare you question first of all, without knowing anything. Plus half into 120 into 125 is the area into, why should I explain? Unnecessary, 0 square. Why 0 square? You think. For 2, it is how much? 70 into 125 cube divided by 48 plus half into 70 into 125 is the area. This also into 0 square over. Finally, 1 minus 2 will give the answer. This also over. Come to last one. See, last one is, see, good, all are good questions. There is a isosceles triangle. Here from isosceles triangle, another isosceles triangle removed. Here from isosceles triangle, a semicircle removed. Okay, I will write sketch and start. Last question, you make a note here. See, one isosceles triangle of base how much? See, 60 radius. If this is 60, this is also 60. 60 plus 60, 120. 120 plus 40 plus 40. 40 plus 40 is 80. So this is 60 means 120 plus 80 is 200. First of all, primary school mathematics, 200. Height they told 110. This is your figure number 1. Centroid is divided into 3 parts. Height wise divide 3 parts. This is 1/3 of 110, 36.667. Second one is cutout portion. See, warning. A semicircle of dia equal to radius 60 means diameter 120. Its centroid is 2d by 3 pi. It comes to 25 point something. So your G1 is, see, 36 point something. This is 60. See here. This is your G1. Centroid for the full isosceles triangle. G2 is little below. How much? That is 36 here. This is 25. See, little below. This is your G2. G1, G2. Start. As usual, see, y axis, you don't have to locate by calculation. Directly, see. This is y. Distance already there, 100 and 100. X-axis you have to locate. So y bar from AB. Area of this formula you write. A1 y1 minus A2 y2 divided by area, which is A1 minus A2. A1 half into 200 into 110 into 1 G1 1 by 3. See here, 1 by 3 of 110 minus semicircle area pi by 8 120 square into 2d by 3 pi divided by A1 minus A2 will give you 48.518. 48.518 means, see, this is 60. Up to G1 is, how much answer? Up to G1 is 36.667. So, slightly above G1 but below. That's all. This is the x-axis. X-axis. From here we got how much y bar? Y bar we got, I'll remove this one now, 48.518 from the topmost, from the top level, subtract and get the answer. I wrote it there, 64.482. Okay. Now go for moment of inertia calculation. See, all these questions is, you can see why I put this much effort first of all. To see that those who study from me, they really reach 100% perfection. Okay, if not 100%, 99% sufficient. Okay, calculate Ixx. First, Ixx for 1, then Ixx for 2. This is for 1, this is for 2. I told so many times what you have to do lastly. After finding both moment of inertia, 1 minus 2 is the answer. I should stop telling this one now. Start. 1. I about its own center of the axis. It's an isosceles triangle parallel to base. 200 into height is 110 cube by 36. This is 36 only. Plus half into 200 into 110 is the area into G1 to XX. See, this distance square is 48.518 minus from here to G1 is 1/3 of 110 whole square. 1/3. Okay. 110 whole square. IXX for 2 quadrant. I about its own center of the axis. That is 0.00686 into 120 power 4. Sorry, I will not tell why this is 0.00686 and when you go to IYY, why it is pi by 128. Sorry, I will not tell it. Plus area, pi by 8 of 120. If someone wants all those details, you still go for somebody else who explains much more than me. Into, see, this distance square is 48.518 minus this distance is 2 into diameter divided by 3 pi whole square. Get the value of IXX. 1 minus 2, remember? Okay, now IYY. IYY is very easy because, you know, IYY. First, IYY for 1, little later, IYY for 2. This is for 1, this is for 2. 2 is danger, later subtract. Okay, over. Start. See, when you do IYY, G1, G2, both are lying in YY. So 0 square. Last term is 0 square. Start. IYY for triangle. Parallel is 110. 110 into 200 cube divided by 48. Why 48? Search yourself only. Plus half into 110 into 200 is the area into 0 square. Next, IYY for this one. About its own YY. Pi by 128 into 120 power 4 plus pi by 8 into 120 square into further big 0 square. 0 square. Okay, all the questions are over. So many such questions I will solve. Small questions. I select. Some of those questions are already over earlier with the full detail. So exercise question I will keep on doing till I feel it is sufficient. Okay. Now, as I told, all the classes for at least 2-3 days will be short duration because I will be out of station. So I am recording right now only for all the classes. Okay. So daily you get the uploading of the class. Thank you. Next time we'll meet.